Rockstars, it's Christina here. In these videos that I'm posting, we're going to be talking about positioning with performance, because as you become the rock star in your industry, you become front and center of a lot of the products that you produce. And a lot of us have insecurities that prevent us from really pushing that out there. And these videos are gonna touch upon that a little bit. In one of the videos that I talk about, it's insecurity, and we all have insecurity. And funny enough, the entire industry of Hollywood has insecurity. It's just about moving past it. So this video is about the secret to confidence. Now, the secret to confidence is not some mystical, magical thing that no one can put their finger on. It's actually quite simple, and I'm going to start with a little story. So as I explained in some of the videos, I was an actress, and at 17 was front and center of a soap opera here in the United States. Now, what most people don't realize about soap operas is it's probably the hardest gig to get as an actor. And the reason for that is we produced an hour show every day. So if I was front and center of that show, I would have nearly 40 pages of script that I needed to memorize just for that one day. When you go to shoot a movie, we end up shooting a 2-hour movie over the course of 3-4 months. So to shoot an entire hour in a day was really challenging. And a lot of times I would be focusing on just that day. So it was the night before I would memorize my 40 pages of script. And the car would come to pick me up to take me to the studio at 5 a.m. And I was looking at those lines many times for the first time. That was just the way it went, especially when I was working a lot in what we call a front burner storyline. Now, when I get to the set, if I didn't really know my lines for that day, there was a thing that would happen. I wouldn't be confident, so I would kind of be quiet. And I would be getting my lines out, but I wouldn't be speaking very loud, and my performance would suffer. I wouldn't be very convincing. No one would really be believing what I was saying. So they would often stop and ask me to turn up the volume, speak a little louder. And if it was, needing a little performance adjustment, the director would come out and sort of talk over the scene. But I knew at the heart of it, it was just not knowing my lines. Because when I did know my lines, when I knew what I was going to say, boy, I got onto that set. My audio levels were great, my delivery was believable, and it just rocked. So let's take that little snippet of a story and apply it to everything we're producing here at being the rock star in your industry. If you don't know what you're going to say, you're not going to be confident. So if you're looking at that video that you recorded for your marketing material or the lesson for your course and you're just not feeling it, go back to your message. Is the message you're conveying something you believe? Do you know what you're going to say? When you recorded it, did you know what you were going to say? Or are you kind of realizing it for the first time what that piece of material needed to actually be about? Go reshoot it. Often just knowing what you're going to say makes you confident. You see, with actors in Hollywood, they have scripts that tell them what to say. So they can be cool and calm and collected and have this persona on screen that really comes across how they want it to. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is when actors go and interview on television shows, you're thinking, oh, well, they don't have a script then, and yet they feel so confident. That's not true. Almost every interview that a celebrity or personality does is done after a pre-interview. So the producer for the show will call up the assistant, if it's a big celebrity, or the celebrity itself, and they would talk over questions. What have you done in the last couple weeks? Is there any story you want to talk about? Is there anything you want to promote? Hey, I saw this in the news. Do you want to talk about it? And so the person stepping onto that stage, and they're very well aware of what the interview is going to be about. So they're very confident because they know what they're going to say. So even though it comes off really unrehearsed and spontaneous, the interview is actually pretty well planned. So apply that to the content you're creating, whether it's a webinar or a course or a marketing material or launch video, and just go back to your message. Make sure that you know what it is that you're going to say. And if you don't know, take the time to know, do the research, practice, talk in front of some other people. And this applies to more than just content. This applies to everything in life. If you're speaking in front of an audience, really know the message that you're trying to send. If you're going in front of a boardroom with a presentation, you know what you want to say. All right, take that advice and the secret to confidence. It's your turn to rock.